Hi, it's Linda, and I have a new recipe that I'm going to try. I was looking at different recipes. My girlfriend, Margie, that I just love dearly, is kind of going through some hard times right now. She had asked if I could do a peach pie, and I was going to, but to do a crust takes so much more points and stuff, so I thought, you know what, I'm going to try to do a peach cobbler, but cupcakes. Because one of the things is you can do low points, but if you have a whole bunch, and it's easier to me to have a smaller portion, track that portion, and put the others aside instead of having a big pan that you can keep scooping into. So I'm going to try this peach cobbler as a cupcake type of muffin thing. So I'm going to get started, and the ingredients are got some frozen peaches. I'm going to use a little bit of milk, only 1 tablespoon, so it's nothing. Greek non-fat yogurt, an egg, cornstarch, and then the Swerve. Well, usually I use Swerve brown sugar replacement, but they were out of it, so I got the Sucron, which is the same thing. It's no artificial type of sweetener. It's made from erythritol or something like that, but it doesn't have an aftertaste. Very good. I get these on Amazon. So that's going to be the brown sugar replacement. And then I've got the Molly McButter to give it a little bit of butter flavor, nutmeg, some cinnamon, and then the Swerve granulated sugar replacement, some allspice, juice of an orange, self-rising flour. I think I've got it all, so let's get started. One thing I wanted to mention is I'm going to make this in the Instant Pot. I've been reading a lot of people, talking about making cakes and stuff. I've never made a cake or anything in there, so if this is posted, it turned out good. So here's a new adventure. Okay, I just opened up 1 bag of the frozen peaches. I got these at Walmart. I scanned them. They were 0 points. I don't know how many other ones I scanned before I finally found one that was 0 points. Very important to keep the points low in the recipe. Okay, so I dumped it out here. I need 2 cups, and I want to dice them up a little bit so they're not such big chunks, so they'll go into the muffin tins real easy. So I'm going to dice these all up, and then I'll be right back. Okay, this bag was perfect. After I diced them up a little bit to make them smaller, put it in the cup, into my Pyrex cup. It makes 2 cups, just perfect. So you only need 1 bag, which I'll put on the recipe. Next step, I'm going to take the orange juice. I squeezed 1 medium-sized orange, and I got a couple tablespoons of about 3, it looks like, the juice out of it. I want to mix that directly in with the cornstarch. And the cornstarch, I think it's 2 tablespoons of cornstarch. Mix that real good. Then I'm going to pour it in with the brown sugar replacement. Mix this together, and then this is going to go on top of the peaches, and I'm going to mix it together, and then I'll set it aside while I make the batter. So I'm just going to pour this right on top of the peaches that I just chopped up, and then I'm going to mix this all around. So it gives this our kind of a peach filling right there. Oh, it looks really good. Okay, so I'm going to move on to the next step now. Okay, now I'm going to do the batter. I'm going to take 1 cup of self-rising flour. This is self-rising. If you don't have self-rising flour, you can just use 1 cup of regular flour with a teaspoon of baking powder, and I think it's a ½ teaspoon of salt, something like that. You might want to look that up, but I always use the self-rising. It makes it easy. So I'm going to put it here in this little measuring cup. There's 1 cup. Then I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of the Swerve granulated sugar replacement. I'm We'll go in there. We're doing all the dry ingredients right now. Then a half a teaspoon of all these different spices. And of course, I will see if I got the half a teaspoon over here. I'll be right back. Okay, I had it. It just kind of fell down in my little container. Anyway, we're going to do a half a teaspoon of, this is nutmeg. Then we're going to do a half a teaspoon of allspice. It's going to taste so good when this is cooking. Half a teaspoon of allspice. A half a teaspoon of cinnamon. And we're going to use cinnamon again later that we'll sprinkle on the top. So I'll probably get my other cinnamon container out then. Okay, cinnamon. And then to give it a little bit of a butter flavor, since we're not actually using butter, we're going to use Greek yogurt in replacement of the butter, which was 0 points compared to all the points that butter has. So I'm going to add a tablespoon of the Molly mixed butter, and right here. So this is a tablespoon of Molly mixed butter. I'm going to mix that right in there. Okay. I'm going to mix all these dry ingredients together. Just get them all mixed in. And then I'm going to set this one aside, and I'm going to mix the egg with the Greek yogurt and the milk. So that's the next step. So here's this step. Now I'm going to take the Greek yogurt, half a cup of Greek yogurt, 1 egg, and the milk I think is what says 1/8 of a cup, which is actually about 2 tablespoons. Yeah. Boy, you learn to do your math all over again when you cook. Okay, now I'm going to whisk the egg just slightly. And then I think I'll get another container to put this in because I don't think there's enough room for all of that, so I'll be right back. Okay, so I whisked the egg. I'm going to take half a cup of the non-fat plain Greek yogurt. This is 0 points when you scan it on your WW app. At least it is on blue. From what I understand, a lot of them have the same. They said except in recipes. So just make sure you check. If you're on green or if you're on purple, you can look at the ingredients that I post under the description. You'll see the recipe and you can plug that in. And then you can save the recipe in your recipe builder and it'll have all the points all ready for you for the next time. Okay, so I'm going to add 1 egg and then 2 tablespoons of milk. You can do almond milk, you can do regular milk. Because with 2 tablespoons of milk, there wasn't, I think it had only, because 1/8 of a cup, it's only 1 point, which didn't even change the recipe. So I decided to go ahead and use regular milk. I'm going to whisk this all together, and then I'm going to mix all the ingredients together. I'll be right back. Okay, last step. Here's the peaches with the brown sugar and everything. And now this is the egg mixed in with the Greek yogurt and a little bit of the sorbet sweetener. No, with the milk. I'm going to pour this right into, along with the peaches. I'm going to stir this together, let this all kind of blend together. And then I need to add the flour, but I think I'll have to get a bigger container. Like I say, I'm keeping it real, like the girls in my Thursday night WW workshop I go to. They said they love it how I keep it real. Well, I keep it real, and I hope you enjoy this. Sometimes I just chuckle at myself, even if anybody else doesn't laugh, but it is what it is. Okay, I think I'll get a bigger bowl because I don't want to make a big old mess here. Just be right back. Okay, I'm adding the peaches with all the liquids that was mixed into a bigger pan. One other thing that I added, because I sampled it and I'm using one of my little hacks that I love, and I needed a little bit more sweetener, a little bit of the flavor, and so I added 3 tablespoons of this is the Maple Grove Farms sugar-free maple syrup. This one, you'll see it on my videos, is 0 points. and it adds a lot of flavor when you're wanting to add a little bit extra sweetness to something you're baking. It's really good. So I added 3 tablespoons just to sweeten it up just a little bit more because the peaches, you know, of course, were unsweetened, and just wanted to let you know I added that in. It will be in the recipe. And now I've got room. I can add, this is the flour. I think what it was the flour and the nutmeg, the allspice, and the sorbet, 2 tablespoons of sorbet sweetener. I'm going to mix this in here. I'm going to mix it all together, and then I'm going to start pouring it into little silicone cups. It's going to go in the Instant Pot, and it's going to be done pretty soon. Okay, now I'm going to spray. I put little silicone cups, little baking silicone cups. I love these things. There's 6 in here. I'm going to lightly spray them with a little bit of Pam. And then I'm going to spoon the batter on top. And I'll fast forward and I'll come right back. Okay, I've filled 12 of these, and I actually have enough left probably for 6 more, so I'll do those later. Anyway, I'm going to put these very carefully into the Instant Pot. I'm going to put 1 cup of water. I'm going to go ahead and add the water now. I'm just going to put it on manual for 10 minutes. I think 12 minutes is what I've got. And so there's the cup of water, and I'm going to see if I can put this in here. Now I'm going to put the 12 muffins. I love these little slings. If you don't have one, go to Amazon and get yourself one. They're great. Fit perfect. None of them spilt. So now I'm going to put the lid on the Instant Pot. I'm going to set it to manual for 10 minutes, 12 minutes. Why I keep saying 10? Maybe I should do 10. We'll see. For 12 minutes, and then when it goes off, I'll let it cook down on natural release for 5 minutes. I'll be back when they're done. Okay, I'm keeping it real, really real. I decided with this extra batter, I'm going to try out I have my dynamic duo that I call it my Instant Pot, pressure cooker. Then I have my Instant Pot air fryer oven, which I love because it has these little racks in it. Anyway, so I'm going to cook the rest of them in the Instant Pot air fryer oven, and I'm going to see how they turn out and see which one I like better. Then I'll know for the next recipe, and I'll let you know. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 here. Won't talk too much because a lot of noise going on, I know. And I'll see how many I can fill with the rest that's left and put it in the air fryer oven. Okay, here are the 8 that I cooked in the Instant Pot air fryer oven, and they look like they turned out pretty good. They look like they're pretty moist, which is what I wanted. And I'm going to sprinkle them with a little bit of cinnamon and sorbet sugar replacement in a minute. But the Instant Pot is ready. It's supposed to go on release for 5. And then you can do natural release on a couple recipes I've read. It's already at 8 and the button hasn't went down. So I'm going to hit the button to release pressure just so you know how to do it in case you're a little nervous, because some people are still learning how to do this. So the only reason I'm doing this with the noise, so you can see, because the little red button is still up, I'm going to release pressure like this. And so now you're going to see, and then I'm going to hit stop. Cancel. And it's going to be done in a second. Here's my husband. Okay, the pressure just went down. I'm going to release this very carefully. I'll open it up away from you to let the steam out so you don't get all burned. We'll see how these turned out. Well, they look like they still need to be cooked some more. So this was a good test to find out. I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to finish cooking them in the air fryer oven. Let me get them out, I'll show you what they look like. Okay, it was kind of good that I did this comparison even though I didn't plan to, but because I had the extra ingredients left, I put the last 8 in the Power air fryer oven, or the Instant Pot air fryer oven, and baked them. These turned out awesome. These I cooked for 12 minutes and they're still real doughy. And so I don't know if I should, I mean, they almost look like what they did when I put them in. What I think I'm going to do is I am going to go ahead and put them in the air fryer oven and let them finish cooking. Although I might just leave 6 in and do it a few more minutes and see. But I've never made a cake in this before or anything like this, and people have said they have, but I haven't really seen a whole lot of recipes for muffins. Maybe that's a reason. I found a couple, but this is a good test either way. Well, I'll let you know what the results are pretty soon. Okay, I took half of them out of the Instant Pot. Like I said, they're kind of a little doughy. So I'm going to put half of them back in because I just really wondering if I just didn't cook them long enough. So I put it back in for 10 more minutes. The other half I'm putting back in the Power air fryer oven because I know that they will cook up. And they cooked, took 12 minutes, but since these are already cooked a little bit, it won't take that long to finish browning up these and cooking them. I'll let you know. Okay, I put 6 of them back in here for 10 more minutes. I took the other 6 and put it in my Instant Pot air fryer oven, and I cooked those for like 8. And then I took them out of the silicone liners, flipped them over, and letting them brown on the other side. I think I may have put a little bit too much liquid because I did add some extra water in. I think they were supposed to be thicker, and I think that was the problem. Next time I make them, they taste good otherwise. Next time I make them, I'm not going to add the extra water. So now I'm going to do a quick release on this, and then I'll be right back and see if these cooked anymore. But I don't think it's a really good idea to cook them in the Instant Pot. Okay, I took the ones out of the air fryer oven. These are the original ones from the air fryer oven. Like I said, I think I put too much water in them because they feel kind of heavy, but actually they taste really good. They're real moist. These are the ones I put back in the air fryer oven from the Instant Pot, and they didn't hardly rise. They're still pretty kind of doughy, but they taste good. So what I'm going to do is just put them in a little dish and add, you know, the cinnamon sugar on them like it says. Put a little whipped cream on it and chop it up. It'll taste just like a little, you know, a little cobbler in a bowl. So, hey, I think that'll work out okay. Now let's see what happened when I put the other 6 back in the Instant Pot, if it made a difference or not. Right, I'll take the lid. Ouch. Okay, I don't know if it's because of the water or whatever, but I would not recommend cooking these in the Instant Pot. Air fryer oven, or even better, just bake them in your regular oven, because I know not everybody has an air fryer, but they're still really doughy. I don't know if it's because the water in the Instant Pot, you know, does that, but that's okay. I can salvage them. Maybe that's why they say I keep it real. I'm going to probably post this just to show you what happens when things kind of flop. What you can do instead of throwing them out, because I think they still taste good. I'm just going to stick the 6 here back in the Instant Pot air fryer oven for about 10 minutes and let them finish cooking, and we'll eat them in a bowl like cobbler, like it's supposed to be, like a peach cobbler. So I'll take 2 tablespoons of the Swerve sugar replacement with 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, and sprinkle on top of each one. I'm so hungry. Haven't had lunch. That they look really good to me, except for those. Those gotta be cooked. So here's another recipe. Not quite sure, but hey, tastes good. and learned something new from it. I hope you did too. And if you like my recipes, even if sometimes they're not always, actually, this is very rare that this happens, that something doesn't turn out. But that's okay. It's still salvageable. Like I said, I can still eat it. And just learning what works and what doesn't work. So hopefully you can learn from my little mistake here. And I will definitely learn from this. Hope to see you on my next video. And you have a wonderful day. And if you like my videos, please share them with others. I just want to help other people. Thank you. God bless you. Bye. I'm just going to add one last thing. I took one of the little peach muffins that kind of flopped, you know, from the Instant Pot that I put in the air fryer and tried to cook them up. And anyway, I thought, oh, I'm just going to taste them anyway because I'm so hungry. So I put one in this little bowl. I put a little bit of fat-free Cool Whip on it, and it's kind of almost like a, it is like more like a cobbler, or red pudding, more of a cobbler-like. It tastes pretty good. So I'll still have this for dessert. Hope you enjoy. One other thing I wanted to add, because I didn't put it on here, that these are 1 point each. So you put a couple in a bowl, smash them up with a little bit, put a little bit of Cool Whip on. They taste just like a cobbler for 2 points. It's really good. I know I keep signing back on, but I finally got them all done. And I was so hungry. I ate, I think, 3 of these that are kind of soft-like, but they taste like a cobbler when you put them in a bowl and put a little bit of Cool Whip on them. Then you sprinkle, like I say, I use this little shaker thing, put 2 tablespoons of the sugar replacement along with 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, and you're supposed to sprinkle this all over for the whole recipe. And I think they're pretty good. You know, it may not have been what I wanted, but hey, you know what? I think they taste pretty good. I just will not cook them in the Instant Pot again. Next time it will be in my air fryer only. So I made 18 of these at 1 point each, and I'm gonna have some more after my dinner tonight. They actually taste pretty good. See you next time.